All right, let's get started. Okay, so whenever we start these sales meetings, let's make sure that we don't have any side conversations. That happens very often, and so it's rude to the speaker. So let's keep side conversations to a minimum. Before we start, like right now, of course, not a big deal, but once we start them, let's get it going. So we're talking about the differences between NEM 2.0 and NEM 3.0. For those of you guys that are newer, here, let me explain what it is. California, you need to know this information. This meeting is very important. Even mentors, I was talking to one of my top mentors on my team. He's not Sonova certified, which blows my mind. Okay? If you're Sonova certified, you're going to see the numbers, night and day difference. The lease in California is going to be like, before, at least with our company, it was like 95% purchases. It's almost like it's going to switch. Me personally, I'm going to sell 90% leases, and you guys are going to see the numbers why. And I want to portray this to you. So, but let's start in the beginning. With NEM 2.0, whatever your solar panels produced and you use throughout the day, so let's say, for example, you produced, to keep the number simple, let's say, for example, you produced 10 kilowatt hours a day. And during the day, you're not really home, so you only use 4, right? 3 or 4, let's say 4. The other 6, you use at night, right? With NEM 2.0, what your solar panel produce, it says, okay, your house uses 4. What happens to the other 6 kilowatt hours? They go to the Edison grid, the utility grid, right? Then when you get home, you turn on the lights and you use electricity, you're getting those extra 6 kilowatt hours from the grid that you didn't use. You get 1 for 1, basically. Simple, right? Yeah. You didn't need a battery because you started with Edison. That's why you paid the connection fee to the grid. That's NEM 2.0. NEM 3.0, the grid said, oh, no, you want us to hold your electricity. You're going to have to give up 75% of that electricity to us. Wow. So, same example, 10 kilowatt hours, you use 4, 6 are left, you only get like 1.75, whatever 75% of that is, right? That's all you get. So now you're going to be owing Edison a whole bunch of money, so what solves it? Batteries. Yes. So now you need a battery. Now, is there a way to sell solar without a battery?
Yes.
Yeah. How would that make sense?
70%.
Yeah. 60-70% offset. Now, even if I sell Patty, let's say 70% offset, Patty says, my family and I, we're not home at all till after 6 o'clock. Doesn't make sense?
That's not good.
Because now it would make, like for example, me, my wife is at home with the kids during the day. So a 60%, 70% offset, maybe 60% would make sense for us because we use a lot during the day. Yeah. Then when I get home, it's just 1 extra person at home, but it's being used throughout the day. That would make sense because nothing is really getting sent to the grid and losing 70% of it, 75% of it. Mm-hmm. But if that's not the case, that's why we're not salespeople, we're consultants. We need to sit down with the customer, and it's not just about presenting to the customer, it's about consulting, asking the questions, right? Now you got to go another level. So you learned the presentation before, now you got to go another level. You got to sit down with the customer and find out what are the needs. How many people are usually home during the day? Is anybody home during the day? Is there any stay-at-home parents? Any homeschooled kids? What if it's a stay-at-home mom with 2 or 3 homeschooled kids? The option for solar without a battery makes sense. At a 60%, 70% offset, right? What if they say they work at night? Husband and wife, they're home during the day, they work at night. Maybe you go a little bit higher, right? Look, that would be a very rare case. For the most part, you need a battery now. So, because before, whatever you sent to the grid, you lost, you got back 100% back, basically. Now, you lose 75%. So instead of storing your electricity on the grid, you store it on your battery. So now, here's another question people ask. How do I know how many batteries I need? So I'm going to give you a good rule of thumb. Simple. Can anybody take a guess on this deal? This deal. How many batteries that deal would need?
2. 3.
3.
Well, two. Who says 2? Raise your hand if you say 2.
2 10 kilowatt.
Okay. Who says 3? Okay, the ones that say 3, why 3?
Double the yearly production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as a good rule of thumb, here's what you want to look at. The kilowatt hours per year. 14,900. Let's call it 15,000 kilowatt hours per year. A good rule of thumb is whatever that is, you double the batteries. So if it's every battery is 10 kilowatts, you need 30,000. So you need 3 10 kilowatt batteries. So you need 30,000 for that one. So I'm going to show you the price on a purchase, and I'm going to show you the same price on this one on a lease. So you guys can get an idea. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Is this starting to make sense to you guys a little bit?
Yes.
So this is a question that David was asking me, and I was like, I don't know, David. We're gonna have to find out. So that was like 2 weeks ago. Now we're learning, and as time goes on, we're gonna learn. But here's what's happening. You guys gotta understand this. This is super important. The way that some of you guys feel confused, there's a lot of other companies out there, especially smaller companies. They don't have it figured out. They don't even have some of them don't even offer Sonova. Some of the ones that were only offering purchases, they're stuck with high payments. So a lot of people are getting out of the industry, or they're leaving to other companies like our company. So there's going to be less competition. There is now less competition than there was 2 months ago, 100%. Those of you guys that master this, it's like you're going back in time. We already didn't have a lot of competition. We have even less now. This is a great opportunity. You guys get this. So, what if this shows 5,000 kilowatt hours? How many batteries? One. Even at 6,000, you can still justify one. But you let the customer know you're probably going to lose some electricity still. So if on a particular month you lose, a little bit more electricity, then your bill from your utility company will be a little bit higher that particular month. Does that make sense? Go ahead.
I have a question. So, for each battery, it's 5,000 kilowatts?
Approximately.
Roughly.
Okay.
Basically, that's a good way of putting it. Huh?
So every 5,000 kilowatts is a 10 kilowatt system battery.
That's a good rule of thumb. Yes, that's a good rule.
Um,
It also depends on how the people use their electricity and how often they're home and whatnot, right? But a good rule of thumb for now. I'm not an expert. I'm not pretending to be an expert. But a good rule of thumb is you basically double the kilowatt hours, or the way that you guys are putting it now. Every 10 kilowatt battery, it's about 5,000 kilowatt hours.
Those are the batteries for storage and
Doesn't
blackout.
matter. Doesn't matter whether it's storage or storage with blackout or without blackout. The only do you guys know what he means by that? Here's what he means by that. We now have batteries that are 10 kilowatt batteries. They're about 13,000 plus tax, so it's about 14,000. These are the regular 10 kW batteries with blackout protection. We also have for $9,000 all in, it's 8,300 plus tax, so about 9,000. 10 kilowatt battery without blackout protection, just for storing it and using it. No blackout protection. So they save how much? $5,000. So let's say the customer really wants to purchase. That's a good option because it's $5,000 cheaper, right? But think about it. How many of you guys have done deals where you had a clay tile and you had to do a compound, right? It's like the same price, $9,000. Sometimes it's more.
$50 difference.
Yes, it's about a $50 difference.
The warranty the same, right?
Yeah.
4 years warranty.
4?
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean?
25.
Where'd you get
Well,
4?
the other battery, when one of the batteries says 4
No.
years warranty.
No,
One
10-year warranties on the batteries.
Okay.
So you guys got to take notes. This is important. Listen.
10-year warranty.
10-year warranty on the batteries on the purchases. When you lease with Sonova, here's another benefit about the lease. 25 years.
That's a panel, right?
For the batteries.
For the batteries. Oh, okay.
So
The lease it.
the recap.
Okay.
If you sell somebody a solar system, purchase, like Good Lead, Mosaic, right? Sunlight, they have a 10-year warranty on the battery. If you sell them a lease through our lease provider, Sonova, 25 years. Okay? And Sonova also has a benefit of quote-unquote a free battery. It's not really, I'll get to you right now. It's not really a free battery, but it's a discounted battery. But it sounds better to tell the customer free battery. So I'll give you guys an example. And I want us to go through role playing right now. I want us to go through this example. Here's the example. Customer says to me, Yeah, you know what? I consider solar, but I heard solar's no good right now. Or solar's no good anymore. I said, interesting you said that. It's actually better than ever. Because the people that went solar before you, 95% of them didn't get a battery. Now, one of our banks, for example, will give you a battery for free. So now you have blackout protection. And you still save a bunch of money, and the bank is basically paying for it. And that particular bank, they don't add that $40,000 to $50,000, $60,000 debt loan on your credit. There's no loan. You're not applying for a loan. So in my opinion, it's actually better.
All this is with Sonova, right?
Sonova.
Sonova.
So here's the deal. This is sales and just life in general. If you make it a big deal, they'll make it a big deal. If you're like, oh, well, you know, you sold yourself out of the job. So if you're not trained, and there's people that are mentors in the platform, they're not trained. It boggles my mind how many are not Sonoma certified. You know why? Because they haven't been getting on the trainings. They haven't been showing up. They haven't been paying their dues. I got mentors. Check this out. I got mentors tagging me to close their deals.
Wow.
Because they're not Sonoma certified.
Mm.
I'm like,
Bring it.
turns out they don't even present to them because they know how to close. But I'll take the 50%.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime.
Huh?
Anytime.
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 So you don't want to get certain. Hey, if you don't want to pay your dues and be connected, that's why. Here's the deal. Training is something you do, not something you did. Some of you guys, I'm going a little bit off topic here, but I'll tell you this much. I've got a couple of people on my team. One guy sticks out in particular. He had never made no money in network marketing, like very little money, you know, like a couple $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month or something in that month. He came here, makes way more than 6 figures. He don't show up to trainings no more. Why? Because he's closing deals. Some of you guys are gonna get this, and the money that you're making is gonna make you think you don't need the system or you don't need the training anymore. And that's gonna be a mistake if you do that. Because eventually you'll plateau and you'll stay there. This guy was going like this. Then all of a sudden he started making certain money, he started getting comfortable. Now he's plateaued. Just like this. Now when in 3.0, his business is starting to do this. And a lot of people's business will do that until they figure out what we're going to talk about here today. Notice that we've been doing a lot of NEM 3.0 trainings. We've been doing a lot of NEM 3.0 trainings. So, but it's not only in our company, it's in our industry. So if a lot of people are going to get out, and I'm giving you a secret. If you learn this, it's going to be just like the NEM 2.0 days selling. In my, here's one, the one biggest con I see about leases. The 2.9 escalator. That's it. But watch, if we draw a line down the middle and we write the pros and cons. What are some of the pros of a lease? Give it to me.
You don't have any debt?
Free battery.
No debt.
No debt
It's
in
cheaper.
credit?
It's cheaper.
Free battery.
Battery
Cheaper.
warranty.
Cheaper, yeah, sure. Better warranty on the battery. And no debt.
And more. I feel like more security.
Yeah.
Yeah, more
And then the
security.
customers feel, even when I was selling mainly purchases, the customer said, well, I was considering a lease because when I sell the house, I want to be able to transfer it very easily. And I would tell them, the good thing about our loans, Mr. Customer, is that they're exactly as easy to transfer as a lease is. But the customers seem to think that it's an easier transfer if they sell their house with a lease. So that's another benefit.
The lease, for how long can they take the lease?
25
10
years.
It has to be 25.
Has to be 25. But if they sell the house or refinance, they can refinance, no problem. They can sell the house and transfer the lease to the new homeowner.
So refi, transfer.
So you're saying that on a lease, we can subordinate the loan?
Yeah.
I think we can on a lease.
You mean to refinance?
Transferable. To
Subordinate it. So what means is, because it's attached to the home,
Mhm.
when you're refinancing, title company's gonna want you to clear it. How would you do that?
My understanding is that you do the same thing as you would with Goodly. You call the bank and
Yeah, cause
you're
there's no
able to
lien.
refinance.
They had-
There's no lien.
Or they can take their panels
But there's no
to
lien
the
on
new
it.
house.
You could too.
Oh yeah, you
So
just take the
nothing,
panels.
nothing's gonna show on the
I think they have to
No.
pay,
It's not
the
on
lease
the-
first, the loan, right?
Unless
The
there's
loan
no
amount,
there's
in order to sell the property.
Unless if you
No,
default on
no,
payment.
not on a lease.
And even if they refinance, if there's
Yeah,
no loan,
no.
like,
So look, let's get back on track. I'm gonna give you the answer today. I'll talk to Jay. but I'm 95% sure that it's just like the purchase. By the way, it's hot as hell here.
Oh, yeah, hot.
Just
A little bit, yeah.
Hold on, let me go.
Yeah.
No, I think when you lease it, you have to pay the loan first in order to refinance and sell the property. You have
Okay, let's continue.
to, no?
Huh? So check this out. Those are some of the benefits of a lease. Now, as far as a purchase is concerned, there's a lot of pros to a purchase, but there's a lot of cons too, right? Number one is the debt. That is the biggest one. Now, we haven't really made it a big deal, but how many of you guys have ever got a client that says they were hesitant or didn't go through because of the debt? That's happened to me. Anybody else?
Yeah.
David? A couple of years, yes. I have one customer that literally says, I want to cancel, bro, because I want to get a Harley. My wife says I can get a Harley, but if I get this loan, I can't get the Harley. He would rather get his Harley Davidson bike over his solar system and save 150 bucks a month. Doesn't make sense, right? He was gonna save like 150 bucks a month on his Edison bill. Come on, guys. He was gonna save 150 bucks on his Edison bill. Imagine that.
Well, that's the payment for the bike.
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah.
But check this out. So $150 on his Edison bill he was gonna save. But he would rather take on a loan for, I don't know how much a Harley Davidson costs, 50, 60,000, right? Which is more than 150 bucks. So why would you, think about it, if you're not saving 150 and you're adding, let's just say, I don't know, 500, he's forking out an extra 650 bucks.
Instead of
But the
saying,
point is, people, remember this, people don't buy what they should. They buy what they want,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
There's people that are broke as a joke, but they'll buy, I'm not saying that guy was broke, right? But I'm just saying, like, there's people that will be broke, they'll buy some expensive shoes or an expensive purse or an expensive bike or car that they can afford. People buy what they want. The point is, I said, did you know that there's a loan, if you qualify for it, the requirements are a little bit higher, that's just what I said to him. So I don't come across like the guy, how come you didn't bring that in the beginning? It's hard to qualify with this bank, but if you do, it's a soft credit check, and if you qualify, this bank won't put a dent on your credit, even on the purchase. So I switched him to Sonova. Last year, I hit top mentor in the company, but about 16 to 17, maybe 16, 17 deals were Sonova deals. If I didn't do those Sonova deals, I wouldn't have hit the top mentor in the company. So, big deal. So anyways, the debt. Also, what's another con of a purchase?
Federal, the
Tax credit.
Tax credit, yeah.
Tax credit. So you got a low monthly payment for 18 months, then it's gonna go up after 18 months. Usually it was okay though, because even if it goes up, it's still about the same or less than you're currently paying, no problem, but not anymore with a battery. You guys are gonna see right now. Right? So then you might get some people that call you. I've had people that call me, hey man, I didn't get my tax credit, or I qualify for very little of the tax credit. Well, with a lease, you know what it is. So with the lease, it's a fixed payment per year, and it goes up 2.9% or 3.9%. So you have to put an escalator of 2.9 or 3.9% per year. FYI.
What is the FICO score for Sonova?
650.
650.
650. Here's another thing about Sonova. This is a Sonova training and NEM 3.0 training. Super important. 650 FICO score. But, for example, Sunlight 650. Good Leap is about 640. But Good Leap cares about your debt to income ratio. So even if you have the credit score, but your debt to income ratio is too high, Good Leap, Sunlight especially, Mosaic care about it. They look at it. Sonova doesn't care. You can have a lot of debt, but you got the 650 FICO score, here's a loan.
You're approved.
So they don't care about it to qualify you, and they don't report the debt on your credit, which is another major thing. Unless you default, of course, right? If you default, they're gonna do it, right? So that's a no. Any other cons with the purchase? No, but that's good enough, right? So you got the debt and you got the tax credit. Those are two of the big ones. You don't have to worry about a tax credit with a lease. So let's look at this client here.
Oh, the interest rate with the purchase.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's no interest
oh,
rate going
that's
up,
another
yeah.
thing. The interest rates kind of throw people off, like, oh man, I haven't really, if I'm being honest, I haven't experienced that too much because they look at a 4.49 interest rate, but then they look at what interest rates are for mortgages, so they still think it's good interest, which it is. But you don't have to deal with the interest rate here. It's just, hey, here's your payment, boom, boom, boom. Here's what I tell customers. Look, if you qualify for this, notice, I'm not offering it to them. I'm saying, if you qualify for this. So I'm making it seem like, hey, this is not for everybody. I don't even know if you're gonna qualify. If you qualify first, essentially what this is, Mr. Customer, is that our company, along with the finance company, we're gonna make you your own Edison, so to speak, and we are willing to put up $30,000-$40,000 worth of panels and not do it through a loan through you. Won't even show up on your credit. And instead of you paying Edison a bunch of money, you're gonna pay less money for this, and we're gonna put battery backup protection, so we're really the ones that are taking all the risk. Because if you don't pay, there's not even a debt on your credit. Now, granted, if you don't pay, it will default. It will show as like a collection. But I doubt, well, you're gonna stop paying your electricity. It's the last bill people stop paying. But I made people realize, dude, we're making you your own utility company, and we're not even putting a loan on this. We're gonna give you blackout protection, and you gotta know. If you know this, you will transfer this to your clients. Blackouts are going to increase 100%. You better believe it, man. Blackouts are going to increase. Why are blackouts going to increase?
Because the grid is too old.
The grid is old. All these electric vehicles, electric vehicles are outselling gas-powered vehicles, right? I don't know if they're outselling them, but they're trending to outsell them. But here's one thing I know: 2017, gas-powered vehicles hit their peak sales. They've been on the decline since 2017. Electric appliances. Watch, soon it's not going to be gas stoves anymore. It's going to be all electric. This is all taking effect, and it's all going to affect the grid. The grid can't hold it. Just can't. So when you're selling somebody a lease with batteries, you're doing right by them. They have a more complete system. Right? Somebody had a question?
Yeah. Previous customer, they have already solar panel, can they buy their own battery?
Not with us. We don't sell battery alone right now.
No.
Not yet. They said maybe.
But
Right.
maybe in the future.
Yeah, maybe in the future, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
It's a whole lot of work for a little bit of money for the installer for everybody. But so, anyways, so let's look at this client. This is a purchase, and let's see what the numbers look like.
Solar pan, $300.
So this is, let's look at equipment. 2 batteries, okay? On a purchase, $370 to start. Now this client is paying $280. Now granted, they're only on at 26 cents a kilowatt hour, right? Yep, 26.5 cents. $370 with 2 batteries. It's a little bit of a harder sell now, right? It's 2 batteries. Now, if he was at 36 cents, it'd make more sense. Now he's on care. This person's on care, so 0.36. Let's say he wasn't on care, he'd be at 380. So it made more sense, right? Hey, not bad.
Yeah.
380, and most people are not on care, right? So 380, 370, but you got 2 batteries. And you've got what percentage offset? 118. That's a pretty good deal on a purchase even, right? When it's on care, it's like, oh shit, now it's tough, right? Because they got a 20% discount, right? But even that on a purchase is still a pretty damn good deal. Matter of fact, let's see. If this says 1.5 on the margin, it's Lewis's lead. Let's see. Yep, I don't know, but that's close enough. That might be Lewis's lead. Let's see. Luis Cervantes, this dude.
There it is.
Yeah, there is. There is. My dude. All right, so that's a pretty good deal. Now, let's look at
36.
the lease.
36 kilowatt.
This is the same client. 269. 370, 269. No debt on the credit, 2 batteries. Now, hold on one second. Notice how it says 6 batteries. It's not 6 batteries. It's 6 3.36 batteries. So whenever, this is a little bit more technical, so I'm not going to get into it that much. Whenever you're entering a Sonova lead, when you're selling end-phase batteries, you have to put, it only has basically the 3 kilowatt, 3.36. So you have to put 3 of those for every 10K battery. That's why that shows 6. That's why yours showed more. Remember that? So anyways, so that's, that really is 3 6 batteries that are 3.36. That's right, right? So, but it's two 10K batteries. The point is, $269 per month. You guys know what the margin is on that? So this client is paying currently about $280 per month on care. We're giving them 2 batteries with backup for $269 a month on a lease. Edison went up 20% last year. This guy's going up 2.9%. Here's what I tell customers about the escalator. Edison went up 20% last year. In my opinion, and make it clear, this is only my opinion. My opinion is that Edison and your utility companies are not going to go up by any less than 10% per year. Number one, everything is going up tremendously. Can we agree?
Yes.
I asked the client that. You want to get the client in the presentation constantly saying yes. Agreeing with you, not only with yeses, but just engaging you. Right? If you're just doing a presentation, you're just talking, and they're not saying anything, that's not a good presentation. You got to get engagement, right? So can we agree everything is going up? Yes. Look at gas prices. You know, if it's a Latino family, say, look at the cost of carne asada.
Yes.
Usually get a laugh out of that, chuck out of that, right? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, carne asada, they're like, oh yeah, tell me about it.
I don't get ranchera no more.
Yeah. But you guys get what I'm saying, right? So now in doing this, here's what happens. I'm explaining to him, in my opinion, Mr. Customer, just like everything else going up, this going up, and then I explain the grid situation. 130 years old, constant maintenance and repairs. All of these electric vehicles, electric appliances are going to go up. And here's another problem. There's 15 of us here. If 7 of us go solar, let's say 15 of us are paying $100 a month, right? That's $1,500 that we're contributing to the utility company. What about if 8 of us go solar? The other 7 have to pay, complete the $1,500. So their payments go up double. Just because of the customers they lost, not including the rising cost. That is why Edison went up 20% last year. Does that make sense, Mr. Customer? Another yes. You guys see this? 118 deals a year, right? You pick up some things. Now you're getting to say another yes. Understood. You want to get them throughout the presentation to do this. Also, when I'm mentioning this and I'm justifying, number one, a fact, 20% last year. My opinion, 10% a year minimum, right? And also, Mr. Customer, here's the reasons why. So when I hit them with the 2.9, that's fine. Now check this out. If this client was not on care, he's paying $280. In this proposal, watch this. So I go down here, and by the way, okay, so it's the utility grid payment is about $34. So he's paying $227 for the solar system, $41 for the battery, for one of the batteries. The other battery is free. It's already included in the solar payment. If this was a 1 battery deal, this would show 0. So you guys are going to learn how to look at these Sonova proposals. You guys follow me so far?
So this one's still a lease.
This is a lease.
Yeah. This is the-
What's the 3461?
That's a utility grid payment.
Agreed.
That's what it's.
Everything's included.
Yeah, so 304. So when you add this and that, is a 269. Remember the 269 here?
Yeah.
That is solar payment plus battery. Solar payment plus battery, then of course there's a utility fee to the grid. It's about $34 is what the system is estimating. Here's what I do say here, Mr. Customer. This is an estimate. It may be more, it may be less. If one month you use a lot more, summer months you might have a bigger utility bill, maybe $45, maybe $55, right? Because of other months it may be a little bit lower. So let's say your batteries, you overproduce and your batteries can't hold the rest, you're gonna lose 75% of it. You'll still keep, you understand what I'm saying? So I don't tell them there's a fixed payment. This particular one will fluctuate from time to time. This is also why we gave them 118% offset. So we're kind of putting these protections, right? And we got the 2 batteries, so
I could stay at 34.
yeah, exactly. So, well, it's not gonna stay at 34. That's gonna fluctuate. But what the system is telling you is that this is their average payment for the utility. All in, they're at 304. Now, if this person was using that many kilowatt hours on not on care, here's what the numbers would look like. So he'd be at 380, right? There's a section here that shows there, not there, almost. there's a section that shows his monthly payments.
2.99.
Let's see. Okay, here we are. $269 a month. Mr. Customer, you're currently paying $280 a month, $380 a month, without care, right? Without care. So you're currently paying $380 a month. That means by year 15, this 2.9 is going to catch up to what you're currently paying Edison right now. You see how that works?
Yeah.
That's the escalator that you're talking about?
That's escalating. 2.9% a year is going to go up. Do you guys see how the lease makes sense? It makes sense. Not only that, this is a 1.36 margin. That's a healthy ass commission, right? So for example, let's look at the commission. What does this equal? Somebody take out a calculator, please. 13,056 minus 30%.
9,139.
You're making 9,139 plus the battery commissions. So think about it. You could be even more aggressive if you want. Or as Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank will say, you could be a greedy pig.
How much
Just
would
kidding. That's
each,
a-
each battery, how much?
I don't know. I'll send you the information on the battery commission. Yeah.
Alright, okay.
I don't know off the top
At
of my
what
head.
point do you tell them about the interest rate going up, because you have them at 2.99,
The escalator?
the escalator, at what point do you tell them?
Oh, so let's see. I tell it to them when I'm presenting this thing here. So let's go up to the top. What page is that, by the way? I gotta
I
remember.
guess when you mentioned the price, it's like mentioning the interest, you mentioned the escalator.
18, page 18, 19.
Yeah, your payment's this
Oh,
much, and
yes.
it has a 2.9 escalator.
Right here. Your payment is $269 per month, Patty. With the bank giving you one battery for free, the only thing they ask is that there's with a lease, being that it's a lease, there is a 2.9 escalator. But by this time, I already know how many years it's gonna be till he catches up to what you're currently paying. At a 2.9 escalator, $269 per month, Patty, 15 years from now, that 2.9 escalator will catch up to what you're currently paying today. Now, let's look at where you would be 15 years from now if Edison only goes up 4% per year. You're paying $380 a month. Where are you gonna be if it only goes up 4% per year? And again, I don't think it'll be 4% per year. I think it'll be more, Patty.
Yeah.
15 years from now, you'll be at $900. So when your lease is at $380, you'll be paying Edison $900 if it only goes up every year by only 4%, not 20% like last year.
Alright, that's cool.
And if you,
Dude, if you can't close this deal, you can't close the window,
Yeah.
right? Seriously.
Easy.
That's what I'm trying. And there's no debt. Here's another thing, Patty. You know your neighbor that went solar last year? Yes. That guy's got a $50,000 debt on his credit. You know that? You know what your debt's going to be on your credit? None. Your debt for this, if you wanted to purchase, you could. You have another $91,000 in debt to your credit. Or you can go with the lease option for zero debt on your credit.
there's cost.
I'm trying to tell you guys. Man, the numbers make sense. So let's look at a couple of other ones. Watch this. This is a purchase with one battery.
This is with blackout protection?
Yeah, all of these have blackout protection, yes.
How do you choose from one or the other one?
You can't do it on solo yet. The way you do it on solo is this though. I'll tell you right now. The price is, let's call it 14,000 for Solar Edge with blackout. The other one is 9,000. For right now, just pick the 14,000 one and lower your margin by 5,000. Right? So your margin will still be whatever you want it to be. So let's say you want to make 7,000. Put it to where you're making 2. Because they're gonna show, oh, we're not charging them 14,000, we're only charging them 9,000. What happens to the 5,000 goes to the margin. Soon they're gonna fix it there, but on Vision, on the new solar proposal on Vision, you're gonna be able to select it. So again, this is all new. They're working on it through right now. personally, I'm not really gonna push. And here's the deal, with Sonova, you can't sell the non-backup option anyways.
Oh, right.
So I haven't dealt with it because I'm only selling backup. Not only that, it's better to sell your customers blackout protection.
Of course.
They're gonna freaking need it.
It's
Wow, some of you guys are gonna have people are gonna thank you. In Northern California, matter of fact, was it you that told me, Tanya, that you experienced that blackout? How long was the blackout?
2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
Long weekend, huh?
Week.
Week, huh?
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, but it was not that long, but just out of nowhere, everything went black.
Where?
Right.
Orange County,
Oh,
Oklahoma.
yeah?
That
Yeah.
one too.
How long?
Yeah. Like 2 weeks ago, or
About how long was it?
it was not that long, but it was like kind of out of shock because
Yeah.
I mean I never experienced
It's
it.
gonna happen more.
We had one in Montebello too,
Oh, yeah?
for like 5 hours.
5 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, more people work from home than ever before, and it's gonna increase. How long was the Northern California one? 1 week.
Wow.
She experienced a blackout for a week. You guys know how drastic that'll affect your life?
Yeah.
Your groceries are gone,
Yeah.
for sure.
No
You're gonna probably have to get a hotel. How much is that gonna
Oh,
cost?
generator.
Because of the fires, yeah.
No leche.
No leche.
So, se va a echar a perder la leche. That's how you close the deal with a Latino. Señor, mire, dale la batería. ¿Usted cree que se le echa a perder la leche? ¿Qué va a hacer con su vida?
That's a good one, bro. No.
All right, let's focus. Let's get it back. Let's see how fast we go.
What is the price per watt?
This is the PDF. This is the PDF. I can show you on the other one. On this one, so on this one, the price per watt. Pay attention, guys.
Because there is a max, right? With the batteries.
Oh yeah. So, well, the cash price per watt, because with Sonova you only track the cash price per watt. The cash price per watt is $6.25. On Sonova it shows you. I'm not in the Sonova back office. I just download the PDFs because I have a lot of them to show you guys. But check this out. If we go with this other one, this is one battery. Notice on the top it says Shalanda purchased one battery, right? Not a bad deal. She's at 230. Think about it. She's at 232. We're at 217
With the battery.
with a battery. And I could be cheaper, $5,000 cheaper if I give her the non-backup battery. So I can still sell purchases. Let's see how much she's using. Not like 8,000 kilowatt hours or something. 8,700. I recommended to Shalanda, I gave her two options. One battery, two battery, I recommend two battery, here's why. I say, if you go with this one, you have a more comfortable monthly payment, but your bill from your utility company will be bigger because sometimes some electricity you are going to lose. So I give it to the customer to decide, right? But it's not even 10 under 10. Even two batteries is more than what is suggested. So there's no perfect. Now I could add probably a 3 kW or something, right? And we could give her, or I could give her two non-backup batteries for about the same price. I could give her two non-backup batteries and keep the same price, same margin. This year the margin is like 8,000 total. So we're making like $5,600 on this deal. Okay, plus the battery commission. Actually, yes, because this is a backup battery, so this doesn't have a commission. It does have a commission. So, you guys see that? This is how big of a system? 5.6 kilowatt system. She's paying 37 cents a kilowatt hour, $232 a month average. I'm at 217. Granted, the payment will go up after 18 months if she keeps the tax credit. We all know how that works. But 217, I'm still sending her less than what she's paying. By the way, you see those kind of savings? That's how they always have sold in Texas with no batteries. You guys know Edgardo out there, William, Contreras, they're making $500,000 to $1 million a year each. Texas. They sell Texas. This is the kind of numbers they present to their homeowners, and they've been presenting to their homeowners in Texas without batteries, without blackout protection. If you go sell in Texas, you sell a battery in Texas, you're always going to be over on what they're paying. Now let's look at the same deal with a lease. So you guys follow 217, but the payment will go up, right? So let's see. Shalanda, one battery. Look at that. Same deal. Now her payment with the other one was what? 217. Okay, great. So now let's go to page 18. With the 2.9 escalator, right? So. Here we go. Oh, this here shows you, read it. What does that say?
Without automatic payments.
Right. So when you see this on the lease, don't let it throw you off. You say, wait a minute, why does it say, go down one more page? This is a monthly payment. As long as they do auto withdrawal, notice, it's like a $12 difference.
Yeah.
Cool. So they're currently paying $227. So let's say you go, Mr. Customer, with the $227 purchase. It's gonna take 15 years to get to the $227.
270.
Or $217, great, okay, so it'll take 13 years. Between 13 and 14 years. I wouldn't say it will take 13 years, I would say it'd take almost 14 years. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference, there's a truth. They're both the truth. One serves you better. It'd take almost 14 years for you to get there. And that's assuming that the tax credit, you get it all back and you give it to the bank. What if you don't get it back? Or what if you get it back, you use it for something else? Now your payment's not $217, it's now $300. How long will it take? You show them what it is, right? How long would it take to get to $300?
25 years.
25 years, dude. Oh shit. How can you not sell the 2.9 escalator? It makes total sense. You guys learning something?
Yep.
So I give you guys
It makes sense.
Now think about this. Shalanda's paying $232 currently. You mean to tell me, Shalanda, I'm gonna give you a payment of $152 instead of $232? How much is you saving there? $80. Edison's gonna keep going up 10, 15, 20%. So I'm gonna save you money, $80 a month now, instead of you going up those outrageous 10, 20%. You're gonna go 2.9% and you're starting at 152. Right? What you're currently paying right now, it'll take us 15 years to get there.
Was that one battery only?
One battery.
And
That's
that's
one battery.
That is the 5 kilowatt system.
There's a 5.6 kilowatt system with
Right.
one 10 kW battery with backup.
Okay.
Now, I got the 2 battery option for her, I believe. This is 2 battery Shalanda. 194, dude. Come
I
on.
would do the two.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Hell yeah, I do the 2 batteries.
Well, then people-
You're still saving her.
Yeah.
There's no debt. That's why the people that catch this, there's one person, I won't mention who that person is. I was talking to this individual here in this office. This individual tells me, you know what, man, I did slow down, bro, because I had made a bunch of sales, and then I was also a little bit concerned about NIM 3.0. I said, bro, connect to the training so you can see. If you know what I know, you'll do what I do, and you'll get the results that I get. But a lot of people don't plug in. You gotta plug in and see. Now watch. Edison without what's it called? Care is at about 35, 36, 37 cents a kilowatt hour. Where do you think it'll be in a year? Be at 40. In 5 years, people are gonna be paying 50 cents a kilowatt hour. How attractive do you think these are gonna look? Between now, it's already good to sell now, so between now and then you keep selling, be that authority, have all these people sending you referrals constantly. Man, I could close 3 deals a month to 10 deals a month off referrals. Right?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys came across the news that Edison is trying to charge based on the income.
Yeah,
So
Edison is,
that's also a selling point.
yes,
Imagine like they're trying to get as much money as they can.
yes.
What do you mean on their income?
Based on their income, they're trying to charge them extra fees.
Like an insurance, like a health insurance. They don't see how much you make. Or,
So we're gonna add that into the slides.
is that criminals? They're criminals.
Oh, they're criminals, fucking criminals. So when you get good at the
White collar.
presentation, yeah, so all right, let's focus. So when you get good at the presentation, right? And you believe, because imagine you didn't show up and you didn't hear what he just said right now. Doesn't that help? Doesn't that add another bullet to your arsenal?
Yep.
Another weapon to your arsenal? So now you go out there, I'm here to tell you, the solar industry, you guys already know, most of you guys already know, ain't going anywhere. It's only gonna get better. Eventually, everybody's gonna have, you're gonna see a person, you don't got panels and a battery? What?
What's wrong with you?
That's gonna be weird. and the majority don't have it. Right now is the time to establish yourself as a solar professional. This is the most booming industry in the world, in my opinion. I haven't found another better one. I mean, let's not even talk about what Powur offers, you know, with the leverage and all that other stuff. So, anyways, here's the numbers. 2 batteries. Now, granted, plus a utility payment. So let's see what the numbers look like with the utility payment. 2 something. 222 with 2 batteries. That's already what she's paying. But she's got 2 batteries in blackout protection. But I gave her option of 1, option of 2. Let's take a look at one more. 2 more. This is Shalanda. Oh, Shalanda purchased 2 batteries. So I showed you purchase 1 battery, lease with 1 battery. Now I'm showing you lease with 2 batteries, purchase with 2 batteries. So 222 out the door. It was 194 versus 273. And that's gonna go up to like 350 or 360 after tax credit. Or she could be at, what was the other one? Oh, no, this is 222 out the door. Or 273 to start on a purchase. And the cool thing about the proposal is that it shows you at the 2.9 escalator, here's how long it's gonna take for you to get to where you're at, or whatever the case may be. It's not a hard sale, man.
JC, what's the cash price on them?
I don't know, this is a PDF, so I can't put a
I'm
cash
sorry,
price.
not the cash price, the price with the loan.
Oh, the loan.
Yeah, sorry about that.
67,000 on a purchase. That's another big selling point. I don't mind, Mr. Customer, pick the loan or pick the lease. My job is to provide for you what's best for you. But I have one client that start off like that. We don't want to lease anything, man. We want to purchase. No problem. In case you want to see the numbers for a lease, I have them. See, I'm not trying to push the lease on, right? So I show them that's more serious. I was like, I recommend you at least glance at the lease numbers. And I already did the math in my head. You're going to be paying $60 a month less. And you have no debt on your credit. Okay, show me the lease numbers. See, I use, like Bruce Lee says, be like water. Right? If you run into an obstacle, go around. So, okay, sounds good. Boom, and you go. You go. And guess what? Jay told us, how many of you guys were on the training I did with Jay on Friday?
Couldn't.
Okay, great. He said, guys, he's a representative for the bank, for Sonoma. He said, guys, after 25 years, it will cost Sonoma more money to go over there, remove the panels, and fix a roof than to just give it to them. The system is basically the clients after the 25 years. Now, they can't put that in a contract because that would be silly. Because some of these people, 5 years in, 20 years in, are going to call and say, hey, man, what are my options? Can I get an upgraded system? Or can I renew the contract so I can keep my warranties and then the company makes more money? But if they don't contact them, he says in the contract it says that after 90 days, if they don't contact us and we don't contact them, the contract says that the system is automatically theirs. It's in the contract.
After 90 days?
After 90 days after the deal's done. After the 25 years.
Correct. Oh, after.
So 25 years are up. It says in the contract, if you don't contact the bank and the bank doesn't contact you, the system is yours.
Then he also said that you can sign for another 5 years and then another 5 years.
Yep.
So you extend the warranty, so it's good. So if you extend it 5 years, let's just say something goes wrong, you think something goes wrong. Replace it.
Another thing
It's a
I
win-win
remember.
situation.
Yes.
Another thing I remember from Friday that with leases you don't have a buyout option.
Right.
Right, with a lease, yes. With a PPA you do, yep. That's something I learned that day too.
Yeah.
But again, I don't need one. If after the 25 years is mine, shit, what I need that for? And if I want to sell, I transfer it to the new homeowner. If I want to refinance, I can refinance, which we're going to get 100% confirmation today. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
How many guys this information helped you out?
Yes.
But guess what? You can't do this unless you're with Sonova certified or work with a Sonova. So guess what? If you want some leases, you should ask the mentor you're tagging so it can light a fire into their ass. No, seriously, because some fucking mentors, excuse my language, they're silly.
If you talk to Jay, there's a couple of people that are certified, but they don't have their logins. So
Yeah, we're going to talk to Patty's one of them. We're going to talk to Jay about it.
Yeah,
I got
Tanya
certified.
too.
Oh, sorry.
Tanya too. She's been waiting.
Okay, good. Don't leave until we talk about it. So I'm going to talk to Jay today and make sure that we get you guys that fast.
I got certified, but he was asking me for a number. Then
Your
I-
HIS number?
Yes.
Do you-
I didn't have one.
Oh, you gotta, bro, you haven't applied for it yet?
No.
Okay, you gotta apply for it, but we'll show you today.
Okay.
You need you guys already have your HIS number.
You want me to send you the application?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Like the license, right?
The license, the HIS license.
Yes.
So yes, so Nova, you cannot get access and anything until you got your HIS. So yes. So if you're gonna do some leases, which California, if you're a mentor and you don't have your Sonova certification set up, you're not even doing a good job for the mentee. Because you can't offer them this shit. You guys understand what I'm saying? Think about how silly that is. You know how many mentors in the company are in California? They're not certified. It's like, dude, gotta get your act together, man. So I recommend before you guys even get to mentor, get certified, start to learn about this, and ask the mentor that you're tagging, are you Sonova certified? Because I need a Sonova lease. Because now you know, because you can sell a purchase. It's just harder. Okay, how many of you guys can agree that based on the numbers, this thing makes a little bit more sense?
Yeah.
Okay, last one, and then we're gonna close with some questions and objections. Let's see if I got one more. Oh yeah, Kim proposal. This is a lease proposal with 2 batteries. This is the same one that we were talking about earlier. Shalanda. No, we already went through this before. Yeah. All right, so any questions to close this off? Okay, let's go through. Let's finish this off with objection hand. Go ahead.
Sorry, have you tried the vision proposal? Because it shows there, can you, on the loan, you know, it says 217, and then there's also a utility bill.
Yeah.
But it's 117% offset. So they will still get a bill
Oh, yeah.
regardless of the 120
Well,
offset.
yes, but here's the deal. It's really because it isn't like a cookie cutter system. It depends on the customer's. It depends on the customer's usage. You know what I mean? So it's not. However, I do say to the customer, this NEM 3.0 utility bill isn't a set bill. It's not a guarantee that this is what it's going to be only. It could be more. It could be a little bit more. It could be a little bit less. That's why we're getting you this extra 15, 17% offset. That's why we're getting 2 batteries instead of 1. You know what I'm saying? So you want to, don't let your customer, I'm going to finish this one off.